All right, now that we've made our introductions and talked about the Dare Keeping a Real program, we want to talk about what a program theory evaluation is and what a program theory is and why it's important to do this evaluation for a program theory. Now, as Rossi mentions in the book, a program theory explains why a program does what it does. It gets you from A to Z of the program. It's going to be that backbone, that skeleton that influences how that program puts in those inputs and how it meets those outputs and those outcomes that it's trying to achieve. And a program that's not developed properly, that's under a bad theory, is set up to fail from the beginning. There are three quick aspects you should know about any program theory. You need to make sure there's an impact theory, the service utilization plan, and the organization plan. And all of this needs to be based off of a needs assessment, as Rossi mentions. If there's not a need, there's no point of having the program. It's not going to achieve anything. And if the program's set up improperly from the beginning, it's set up to fail. And so that's why you would do a program theory evaluation. You're doing it because you want to look at the program and say, can it be reasonably assumed as the program is set up that it can achieve its outcomes? If you look at this and you say, no, it doesn't look like you're going to achieve these outcomes, the program is set up to fail, whether or not you have data. And that's one of the reasons that we chose to do a program theory evaluation for Dare KIR, is that we really didn't have access to any data. We developed a very thorough logic model in conversations with their staff and doing a bunch of research, and Caroline will get into this in a little while. But in doing this and setting up this logic model, we then ran it through a series of questions. We have our overarching question of whether or not it can be reasonably assumed that it's going to achieve its outcomes, but then we have a series of questions that look at those three aspects, the impact theory, the service utilization plan, and the organization plan, and we say, okay, do we think this makes sense as the logic model states? Does it make sense we can go from A to Z and we're going to reasonably achieve these outcomes? And so that's why we chose to do a program theory evaluation with this lack of data, and we're going to push it through to see whether or not the program's going to work.